volcanoes are born, grow, and erode on oceanic crust moving over a hot spot. Hawaiian volcanoes pass through a series of stages throughout their lives.
Hawaiian Mele. This mele describes eruptions along Kilauea's East Rift Zone and compares the eruptions to the many moods of the sea. Long ago, Hawaiians did not have a written language. Stories, history, and cultural traditions were passed from generation to generation orally. A Hawaiian mele is a song, anthem, or chant. Unlike Hawaiian oli, Hawaiian mele often are accompanied by musical instruments.
Wilson's theory. In 1963, when plate tectonics was a new theory, J. Tuzo Wilson introduced an idea that was rejected by other scientists. He believed the Hawaiian Islands formed as Earth's plates moved over a stationary hotspot in Earth's mantle. The youngest Hawaiian islands were located above the hotspot, while older Hawaiian islands had been carried away from the hotspot. Today, his theory is accepted worldwide. John Tuzo Wilson. J. Tuzo Wilson was born in Ontario, Canada in 1908 and died at age 85. After graduating from Princeton University, he worked as a geologist, served in the Army during World War II, and then became a professor of geophysics at the University of Toronto. He is respected for his work on glaciers, mountain building, and ocean basin geology. Mountains in Antarctica and an extinct volcano on the Pacific Ocean floor were named in his honor. Volcano chain formation. A chain of volcanoes is formed as the Pacific plate moves continually over a hotspot. Hawaiian volcanoes are born when hot magma rises through the plate and is erupted as lava on the ocean floor. As the plate moves, new volcanoes form behind older ones.
Internal processes. Look inside a volcano. Hawaiian volcanoes are shield volcanoes in different stages of growth. The ages of Hawaiian volcanoes are a direct result of the distance they have moved from the hotspot. New volcanoes are found close to the hotspot. Old volcanoes are found far from the hotspot.
Submarine stage. Volcano growth occurs below sea level. During the submarine stage, a Hawaiian volcano begins to grow at the outer edge of the hotspot, an area cooler than the area directly over the hotspot.
Submarine stage. Warm magma rising to the surface is sticky, causing the volcano to grow slowly and become steep-sided.
Shield building stage. Hawaiian volcanoes develop shield shapes. The volcano grows fast during this stage because it is directly over the hotspot where magma is hot and fluid. On its way to the surface, magma stops at a temporary storage area called a magma chamber. Magma chambers feed eruptions. When eruptions are large, the magma chamber drains and its roof collapses to form a caldera. Capping stage. Volcanoes are capped with cinder cones and lava flows. In the capping stage, the volcano on the Pacific plate has moved across the hotspot to the other side. Because the edge of the hotspot is cool, the magma rising to the surface is sticky. The magma chamber has cooled and crystallized, and the erupting lava now comes from a melting zone at the base of the Pacific plate. Eruptions are short, small, and occur in a wide area, capping the aging volcano with cinder cones and lava flows. Late stage. Growth slows as the volcano ages. By the late stage, the Pacific plate has carried the volcano off the hotspot. The source of magma at the base of the Pacific plate begins to crystallize because it is no longer heated by the hotspot. Pasty magma still rises through the cracks in the volcano to create small eruptions. These cracks follow different pathways than the ones magma took to reach the volcano surface in earlier growth stages. Atoll stage. Volcano growth stops. During the atoll stage, the volcano has moved so far from the hotspot that no more magma remains to rise to the surface.
Atoll stage. This animation shows erosion and the lack of internal activity at this stage. After millions of years, the old volcano surface above sea level completely erodes away and creates an atoll. Atolls are large ring-shaped coral islands surrounding a shallow lagoon. Coral grows along the coastline of a volcano throughout its life until it finally dominates in the atoll stage.
Competing processes. Hawaiian volcanoes are shaped throughout their lives by three main processes that are constantly competing with each other: volcano growth, erosion, and coral reef building. Submarine stage. During the submarine stage, volcano growth dominates. Because the volcano is growing underwater, erosion and coral reef building are minimal. Loihi is the only current example of a volcano in the submarine stage in Hawaii. Loihi undersea. The undersea volcano Loihi is shown in 3 dimensions in a flyby visualization based on bathymetric data. Submarine stage. During the shield building stage. Volcano growth dominates during the shield building stage when large eruptions happen often. Erosion by rain, rivers, and ocean waves shape the volcano above sea level. Large sections of the volcano fall away in landslides due to unstable conditions caused by fast growth. Coral reefs grow along the volcano's coastline. Shield building stage. Volcano growth dominates. Capping stage. During the capping stage, capping stage. During the capping stage, late capping stage. During the late stage. During the late stage, volcano growth slows while erosion and coral reef building dominate. Erosion carves up the volcano and coral reefs expand. Late stage. During the late stage, atoll stage. During the atoll stage, erosion and coral reef building rule. The ancient volcano surface above sea level erodes away, leaving only a large, ring-shaped atoll with a shallow lagoon in the middle. Atolls are the result of the coral reefs that have been growing along the coastline of the volcano throughout its life. Puzzle game. Drag any puzzle piece to the blank square. Use what you remember from previous lessons. Have fun!